Jesus gave us a sign of what first must take place before the end comes. In Matthew chapter 17 verse 10 it reads, "And his disciples asked him, saying, Why then say the scribes that Elias must first come? And Jesus answered and said unto them, Elias truly shall first come and restore all things." So here Jesus gives us a sign to look for when he was talking to the disciples about the end of the world. Elias or Elijah must first come. Remember, as we discussed before, the fall of Israel serves as a sign for the end of the world. With this in mind, it is no wonder Jesus said the following. Quote, Matthew chapter 11 verse 13 reads, "For all the prophets and the law prophesy until John. And if you will receive it, this is Elijah's or Elijah, which was for to come. He that has ears to hear, let him hear." I can hear, and I am trying to make you hear. Jesus said, if you will receive it, this is Elijah or Elias, which was for to come. What was he saying here? When he said, if you will receive it, this means if you will accept this, I am a sign of the Elijah to come. Meaning, I'm not the other man named Elijah, but I will serve as a sign of him. This is why the Jews rejected Jesus, because they knew the scripture said that the prophet Elijah would come before the end of the world, or what is referred to as the great and dreadful day of the Lord or Christ. Here's the prophecy stating, which Jesus knew and the Jews of his times knew too, that Elijah must first come before the end of the world. It just happens to be the very last book of the Old Testament. In Malachi chapter 4 verse 5 we have, "Behold, I will send you Elijah the prophet before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord." When Jesus was here, it was not yet the end of the world. It was not yet the time for Christ to appear and crush or kill the wicked. The wicked knew they had more time, and they told Jesus this to his face. In the book of Matthew chapter 8 verse 28 we have, "And when he was come to the other side into the country of the Gergesenes, there met him two possessed with devils, the wicked, coming out of the tombs, exceedingly fierce, so that no man might pass by that way. And behold, they cried out, saying, What have we to do with thee, Jesus, thou Son of God? Art thou come hither to torment us before the time?" This is why Jesus told his disciples he was only a sign of the prophet to come before the end of the world, which was Elijah. And if you will receive it, this is Elijah, which was for to come. So now let us examine these two signs of the end, namely Israel and Jesus of Nazareth. The Jews crucified Jesus in 33 AD. Now, 37 years after Jesus was crucified by the Jews, in 70 AD Jerusalem fell, or Israel fell. This is the sign. Now, Elijah Muhammad, that was here in America who was born in the year 1896. He came and restored the knowledge of self to the black man and woman in America. He taught black people to love themselves, to love each other. He taught black people that they were the original people of the earth. He restored our souls, our mind. Your mind is your real soul, brothers and sisters. If you restore a man's mind, you have restored all things to him, because he then is able to do all the things he wants to do. If you take a man's mind from him, you have taken everything from him. This is the work of the Lord, Christ or God, is to restore our souls. The name Elijah means my God is the Lord. The prophet David bears witness of the work of the Lord. In Psalms chapter 23 we have, "The Lord is my shepherd." And it later goes on to say, "He restoreth my soul." Hence, the prophet Jesus said of Elijah, "Elijah truly shall first come and restore all things." This is in complete agreement. Jesus is in complete agreement with the prophet Malachi. in Malachi chapter 4 verse 6 we have, and he shall turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers, meaning he will restore love back to these fathers and children. Now, Elijah passed away or departed in 1975. Now, 37 years after the year 1975 is 2012. This is the completion of the sign. Remember, Jesus said, if you will receive it, this is Elijah which was for to come. Because after the death of Jesus, the nation of Israel fell. Okay, after the death of Elijah Muhammad, the nation of America is doomed to fall. So 37 years after the death of Jesus in 70 AD, Israel fell, and in 37 years from the year 1975 after Elijah Muhammad died, America, or the second house of Israel, will fall too. So what are we saying? 37 years after the passing of Elijah Muhammad in 1975 marks the end of the world, which will occur in 2012, or the return of Christ the Crusher.